Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, I have a story that will make you think twice before going on a school trip. This is not your ordinary tale, it's a terrifying journey into the unknown. It all began when our school planned a trip to an abandoned boarding school deep in the forest. The place had been deserted for decades. Rumors whispered of students who vanished without a trace and teachers who went mad. Most of us were excited, thinking it would be an adventure. But from the moment the bus left the city, a cold unease settled over me, something I couldn't shake. The bus ride was long and silent. Outside the window, the trees seemed to lean closer, their twisted branches scratching the glass. Shadows moved unnaturally between the trunks. A few students joked nervously, but their laughter sounded hollow, echoing oddly in the quiet bus. I stared out the window, feeling eyes upon me, though no one was there. When we arrived, the school looked like a giant carcass of wood and stone. Windows were shattered, doors hung off their hinges, and graffiti covered the walls, strange symbols, faces twisted in agony. The forest seemed to lean in closer, as if to watch us enter. The teacher insisted we split into groups to explore. Nobody wanted to be alone. Our group entered the main hall. The door creaked as it opened, the sound echoing down the corridors. The air inside was damp, musty, and heavy with the scent of decay. Floorboards groaned under our weight. Every corner seemed darker than the last. Shadows moved in ways that didn't match the light, shapes stretching and twisting. Classrooms were filled with shattered desks and torn textbooks. One student laughed nervously about ghosts of students past, but his voice sounded hollow. Then we noticed a chalkboard, scrawled in jagged letters, "Leave now. Never leave again." We froze. Laughter died in our throats. A chill swept through the hall. Windows were closed, yet the air was freezing. Our breaths hung in the dim light of our flashlights. And then we heard it, whispers. Soft, indecipherable, surrounding us. From every corner, every shadow. The whispering led us to the basement. Against our better judgment, curiosity drew us down. Each step felt heavier than the last. The air was thick, suffocating, almost alive. Shadows clung to the walls, moving as if watching us. At the bottom, old photographs hung crookedly. The children in them looked normal, at first, but their eyes were scratched out, their faces frozen in silent screams. A loud bang made us jump. The basement door slammed shut behind us. Panic surged. At the far end of the hallway, a figure appeared. Dark, tall, featureless, it drifted rather than walked. Every step it took echoed in a hollow metallic tone that didn't seem real. Shadows began to move independently. Doors slammed, windows rattled, whispers grew louder, calling our names in distorted voices. One of my friends screamed, they swore something grabbed their arm, but no one was there. We ran through twisting corridors. The basement felt infinite. The walls bent and warped, stretching in impossible ways. Time seemed to stop. Watches froze, phones lost signal. Fear pressed on us like a weight, but we had no choice but to move forward. We stumbled upon a classroom untouched by decay. Dust covered every desk, yet in the center lay a notebook. One of us opened it. The pages were frantic, they never leave. The shadows take them. The walls watch. Run before it's too late. Suddenly, the shadows surged. They crawled along the walls, pressed into every corner. The air felt alive, suffocating us. I dropped my flashlight. In that instant, hundreds of pale faces pressed against the walls, mouths open in silent screams. We ran blindly, heart hammering, trying to find stairs back to the surface. Shadows shaped themselves into our friends, calling our names in distorted, inhuman tones. One by one, people vanished, swallowed by the darkness. Their screams echoed down impossible hallways, fading into silence. Finally, a hallway led to the main doors. We tried to open them. The doors wouldn't budge. The building seemed alive, pulsing, breathing, walls closing in. Something cold brushed my shoulder. A whisper hissed, "You shouldn't have come here." The floor trembled. Walls cracked, revealing black voids beyond reality. Pale hands reached through, clawing, pulling friends into unseen spaces. One by one, my classmates disappeared. Their screams turned to whispers, and then silence. I ran alone. The corridors twisted and stretched. Floors buckled beneath me. Ceilings lowered. Every turn brought new horrors, a classroom of rotting dolls, their eyes blinking at me, a cafeteria with invisible figures devouring invisible food, walls with screaming faces that mirrored my own terror. Then I reached the gym. Hundreds of shadows formed a writhing mass, faces of missing students pressed together impossibly. They turned as one, whispering my name. I froze. A figure stepped forward, my missing friend, but twisted. Eyes hollow, skin pale, smile stretching unnaturally. "Come with us," they hissed. I ran. The building seemed endless. Corridors looped, doors disappeared, floors split open to black pits. Whispers became screams, then chants. I could smell decay and fear. Something brushed my back, always trying to pull me in. I stumbled into the library. Books wrote themselves in real time, describing my deepest fears, secrets, regrets. Shadows reacted violently, angry that I saw them. Pages tore at me, slicing skin. I ran through hallways that twisted impossibly. Finally, I found a stairwell. Every step seemed to stretch, time distorting. Sunlight appeared sickly, dim. The forest seemed normal, but whispers followed me. Back at school, nobody believed our story. They called it student imagination. But we knew better. Something had followed us home. Shadows crawled in corners of my room. Faces appeared at windows. Whispers echoed in empty halls. Weeks passed. Nightmares didn't stop. Doors creaked. Lights flickered. Shadows moved when I wasn't looking. Whispers called my name. Then one evening, a package arrived. Inside, a photograph. Our group during the trip. But one figure was wrong, my missing friend, pale, twisted, eyes hollow. Written on the back, "Not gone." The truth hit me, the school didn't just trap people, it marked them. Shadows don't take bodies, they take your essence. Memories. Fears. Once you enter, part of you remains trapped, haunting your life. Even now, I feel eyes watching me. Whispers ride the wind. Shadows twist at the edges of vision. I know they wait. One day, they will return. If your school ever plans a trip to a place abandoned, eerie, or haunted, think twice. Some doors, once opened, can never be closed. Some shadows, once seen, never fade. And some horrors, once invited in, follow you forever. The end, or maybe just the beginning.